Hey guys, Offroad MudMowers. Today we're going to be opening up the two transaxles for the 4x4 build. Enjoy! So I've got the two transaxles here for the build off. This one up here is an all-wheel steel. As you can see, it's got splines. This one's the real transaxle. Now it's got a keyway. And if you guys can see that versus that shaft's a lot longer than the front one, but it also has these hubs. So it's got all these parts here that will then make it in the end a lot longer than that. So that means my front tires will stick out a lot more than the back. But that should be fine because I'm going to be solid axle swapping this transaxle anyways. So we're looking at the back transaxle right now. And you guys might be able to see it says 930. Same on this one here. Take the light away a little bit. But that one says 932. And that one says 042 after it. That one has a 017A. I'm not exactly sure what those numbers mean, but it's probably, I'm going to suggest that this transaxle is a little bit newer than that one there. So, let's get into those things. And one thing I want to do is at least clean these cases up before I put it back in there and just double check that they are both a 5 or a 6 speed. So let's get cracking. So task number 1 to get these things open is I can remove all of the bolts around here on each one of them, but there should be one bolt down in there on each one. So I have to get these pulleys off, and as you can tell, they're probably quite rusted on there. So I'm thinking the simplest way to get these off and the fastest is just to cut this. All I'm going to be doing is just finding pretty much the lowest spot, which is back here. Take the grinder, I have to cut in here like this, and I'm just going to hopefully make a big slot right down the keyway here, and if I need I can also turn it maybe 180, cut another slot or something. So just looking around in here, it looks like might have some water up in here. All the gears move how they should. Can't move that one because it's kind of hard to, but differential turns how it should. And I can notice that this shifter shaft is quite rusted, but as you can see, it does have full shifting keys. If it had two, there'd be a shifting slot here and on the bottom, but I can see there's one here, one on the 90 degrees from it, and there is one kind of down in there on this side. So that's always nice to have full shifting keys. Gets a lot more engagement. So I think what I'm going to do is just lift these gears all out as a unit, take that gear off, and then try to take this gear off here, which will let that shaft fall out. Might later on take all these gears and take them apart and put them in a bucket of gas just to get all of this grease off here. So there's all that. And now we can start working on this one here. This one should be a lot better because this one actually tones with ease, and I think it shifts. This one, the input probably would not tone, but I got to tone a little bit, and it would not shift, which that's probably the reason why. So I've got the back transaxle opened up here. As you can see, this one does spin a lot easier. You see the pole is spinning, but I can just take this clip off on that gear, take the shaft out, press it out. All I've done is just cut a little slot so I can get to that center bolt. And this one did shift, and all you can see this one's got full shifting forks, which is good. I also did notice that this one does have ball bearings at the end here. That's always nice to have. Surprisingly, the all-wheel steel didn't, but I would be buying probably a set of 4 bearings, just so I have new ones in here and some over there. So I'm going to take these gears out. As you can see, both gears still really thin on each transaxle, and then you have all of the other gears are standard size. So I'm going to work on that, give you guys another update. So I got a progress update here. This is the bottom half. As you can see, there's not as much grease in it. And I've got the top half here. There's a little bit around and underneath this shifting fork. This is all the grease I took out here. Quite a lot. All I'm doing is just using a putty knife and just scooping what I can out like that and just wiping it down here. So go ahead and set those aside there. So I got an update done here. These are the parts from the back transaxle. As you can see, everything's cleaned up in there. These are all the gears. You got ball gear, the bolts chain. This is the shaft, that input shaft here, and then you got this shaft with an output gear. Then goes to that gear there. Here's the shifter selector. I got that pulled out of there. So that's all cleaned up. I can put every bushing, every washer in there. And this is the all-wheel steel transaxle, which, like I said, it was a little bit rusted in there. So these keyways are really rusted up, so I'm going to have to figure that out if we slide all that stuff off there. And I've also got 2 springs and 2 balls for the shifters in here. To lock the back transaxle, I'm going to get a soldered axle for it. And I'm going to be putting the weld-on hub in here, the dock lock style, just to make sure I'm not going to be welding anything so it blows apart. And as far as the front goes, I'm going to be using a method using the ball gears there. The spider gears, I should say. And I'm going to take 2 extra gears, 2 extra spider gears, which I won't actually need these spider gears because I'm going to be soldered axle swapping this one out. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to put some extra ones in here. Go like this. One would be on that side, one would be on that side. You also has 2 up here on the pin. You also have the 2 on the axle, and that makes it pretty much solid, but I'm going to work on that idea a little bit more. So last step is to take the transaxle halves. I've gone ahead and I took some paper towels and just made sure I got every piece of grease I could get out of there out. So I was working on the first transaxle, which is the rear transaxle, because this one has this hole for the all-wheel steel. It took me a long time to get the bottom half. They'll clean that with just some gas and a brush to brush all of it around and get all the grease taken care of. So I'm going to get that half and the outer half of the transaxle just taken to a tank, put them in there, get those cleaned up a lot faster. So those are the front gears, and I have, like I said, gotta get all this rust off there to get all those apart. Those will be going just as a bucket of gas and get all those washed up. So hope you guys did enjoy this video of the MudMowers. Just got some work done the transaxles, gotta cut those off. I'm gonna get an O-ring kit so I can get all these little seals in here put back in there. Gonna get the locker parts ordered up here, and we should have this thing hopefully together by next week if the parts come in fast enough. One other little thing I've done here, this is a steering shaft out of from down in here. It's just got the gear on it for the sector. And I don't know why Honda chose to use plastic bushings, but there's plastic bushing. There's plastic bushing. And I guess this is the same size shaft, so I can just put it on here. But it would go down on here. And as you can see, these really worn out. So I've got some brass bushings here. Now note that these are all metric size because it's a Honda. So these are not metric bushings. So what I'm going to end up doing is just laving the inside of this or drilling it out to fit that. Sand this down a little bit just so it's smooth. Get that in there. I'm also going to lave down this side of it so it fits in there. And as you can see, it almost fits, but it's got to get a little bit taken off there. And then for the height, it's got a lip in here, so it's going to cut a little bit off there. So that's just stuff for the steering on the Honda here. So stay tuned for more. Hopefully next time we'll have the transaxles all cleaned up. We'll be able to put the sealant on them. Maybe get some mounts welded up in here.